I could hear you all saying, let's get into it, I just want to chop something up. But I've got a great big box full of rubbish when I started, just chopping and practicing, because I had absolutely no clue anything about plates. So I'm going to introduce these early to you. So this is like a dinner size plate. So we're thinking about the rim and how we can use the rim really well. We've got cheeks. So we know that our dessert bowls and soup bowls and such have big cheeks. Some have little tiny cheeks. Where's one with a little tiny cheek? There's a little tiny cheek there, bubba cheeks. And we have plate heels, which can be used for all sorts of stuff. And we have their labels. And then we have white stuff generally in the middle. Sometimes we get patterns. So I'll look at how do we cut a plate, basically straight lines, squares, and how do we cut a plate in circles and what can we get from that. So the first one I'll do is, let's go for squares, because that's probably a good place to start practicing your cutting. I'll do a demo on a nice easy to cut plate and we'll see what we can make in terms of straight lines, because I'm going to use this in my project. Then we'll have a look at the extreme end, which are the thicker plates, the ones we go, oh, look at those colours, wouldn't they be fantastic? Can I make something incredible with that? If you want to see some incredible making of amazing plates and funky owls, again, go to Mosaic Creations by Wendy and have a look at her beautiful roosters. But her owls are to die for, and she does do classes on roosters and beautiful owls. You'll be so taken with them, you'll want to go do a course. Now, I lost the plot then, thinking about all of Wendy's beautiful owls. So we'll look at how we can cut this up, and not doing amazing things with amazing tools, just what we're going to get into as newbies to crockery making. So in the video today, we're going to look at cutting it in half, and that's the aim. You might get it in half maybe 40% of the time, and then we do halves again, and then we'll look at getting right down a half again and a half again. And then what we can do with these shapes. The other shapes we'll have a look at is doing them in long bits or sticks of different shapes and sizes. These you can also cut in half if you want smaller, and I don't cut anything smaller than I can hold. So that's about this. Anything smaller than that, I would be absolutely hopeless on micro mosaics. These I tend not to use. I'm okay to about this size. So if you want to do small stuff, check out micro mosaics for jewellery and such. The other thing we can do with these shapes is make petals, large petals. These are what the videos will cover. And then if we just turn this around, we'll also look at, we just cut those in half like that, and we can make these shaped petals. It's all pretty easy. Don't feel scared. This is so much fun. I'm having a really great time. Or you can do different sort of petals. These ones come in really handy for 3D flowers, because you've got this point that you can poke into and you can do this sort of shape. So often seen in when people are making things like hydrangeas. So I might want to cut this more evenly here, because this is quite a wide brim. So we'll do like 3 sorts of petals. We'll just do this shape and look at how we can do borders and curves. So already we can do all sorts of things with this because we're going in straight lines. We can cut these plate heels off because you can use those as well.